Okay, so this guy is an Arch user who wants to debunk a bunch of common Linux myths, and he really needs to be debunked himself. So I think the three of us are up to the task.
Okay, tell me what's it about? What are the myths about Arch? I mean, we know about Arch. I have an Arch cup.
Yeah. He'll go through the myths.
Jump into it.
Jordan, I don't want to hear about you. I've installed like 9 Linuxes.
I've installed Linux on the Banana.
Okay, what we really do need to talk about before we get into this is our qualifications. Jordan, you were not a SLES admin for financial services, right?
No.
Are you sure about that?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so what do you do for a living?
I stick my foot in my mouth.
Okay.
Lead hacksaw of all the things.
Yeah.
I am a long-time Hannah Montana Linux user.
Mm-hmm.
That's my distro of choice. Go ahead and judge me. I don't care.
And I spent a decade working on Big Iron, Redstone, Sun. So let's get into this and see if it's truly as bad as Empty made it out to be, and we can only fuck mothering hope it is.
Let's do it.
All right, nice credits.
Is that an apostrophe at the end? Or is that supposed to be an accent?
What's up, guys? Well, in this video...
Hey, guys, I'm in the bottom right-hand corner of the video.
There's a lot of misinformation coming from a Linux...
And I've set this up like a Windows desktop. That's what I know.
Now, before I start, I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way. I'm not trying to bash on Linux in any way here. I'm actually becoming an exclusive Linux user here.
Really?
I've stopped dual booting. I'm completely 100% Arch Linux on this machine here, so I'm a big fan of Linux.
Quality right there.
No disrespect to Linux itself. It's
totally
just
no
the
disrespect.
Misinformation coming out of the community that I have a problem with, because I think it does a major
The
disservice.
community. I mean, I've only been running Linux since '95.
Coming over to Linux for the first time.
But you're new here. But tell me about our community.
Because of some of this information.
Yeah, well, you want to talk about a community based on lies, too. It's totally the Linux community.
By the community about Linux in this video.
I'm curious what he's about to say. This is build up, man. There's no meat here. This is bread. This is restaurant bread to fill you up.
Things that I could debunk, focusing on this page here. I'm not going to go over all of them, or else this video is going to be really, really long. I'm only going to focus on a couple of key things in this video. Maybe I'll do a part 2 if you guys, if I get positive feedback here.
Which he turned off comments.
Are also familiar with this video here that Spatry did. Linux does what Win don't. Now, 90% of what he said in this video is completely accurate, but there are a few things that he talked about that's just totally off the mark. Not that he's intentionally giving false information. That's the issue that I have here. A lot of expert Linux users are completely convinced that what they're saying is absolutely true when it simply isn't. And that's what I'm trying to get across in this video.
Tell us about it, Leroy.
According to a guy on the internet.
Because that's where he started. And we'll just go down the list. This is a video I've been wanting to make for a very long time. I just haven't.
I am so glad you did.
In a scenario to be able to replicate some of this stuff in order to prove my point. Many people in the community have heard me say these things before.
No, they haven't. I don't know who the fuck you are. And I'm the fuck mothering Vin Stone.
A lot of people say that you don't have to worry about malware on Linux.
You don't.
Including right here. Forget about viruses. Well, you do have to worry about malware on Linux.
Oh, really? Do we?
Malware infection on this
especially on Arch
at this very moment, which I'm going to demonstrate for you.
Do you have a malware detector on your Linux, or are you running a rootkit from CLI? No, you're not.
Sophos. He is a Sophos Linux user.
I thought Sophos was discontinued like 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh no, it's still kicking around, but it's a male antivirus, right? It scans for Windows.
Is it actually? Documented 2011.
Yeah,
right.
2011 is the document he's showing.
I have a malware infection.
He's got the malware.
Wow.
So this is a pants-on head retarded Windows user trying to apply anti-malware to Linux, as opposed to learning how to use permissions?
Or SE Linux?
It gets better. It gets better.
Okay. I got popcorn, bitches. Calm your tits.
So I opened up my terminal and I scanned it.
You got a terminal. Look at you.
Elite hacksaw shit
You
right
scanned
there.
it.
You're hacking the planet.
Yeah, here you go.
Tab auto complete.
Antivirus scan. Well, we don't need the verbose mode. We can get rid of that. VAR temp imagination. So one of the imagination temp files.
That's a standard
It's
installation
imagination.
path.
If I can just find the command that I used.
Tab complete.
Control R.
All right. Well,
Just saying.
this is pretty much it. But
How dare you question a Linux
let's go ahead
expert?
and scan this directory because this is where the malware is that I found from earlier.
Malware.
The whole system would take about 45 minutes.
Oh, he found the malware, all right.
No, I just love that he calls it malware.
I found it on the internet and I put it in that folder.
Right, right.
Scanned for it.
I downloaded a zip file and it had a virus in it. I'm infected.
Take a few moments. And as you can see, that directory has malware.
Right. EXE and
Because-
DLL files.
Okay, all right.
Yes. As I said,
We
Sophos
paused the
scans
video.
email, Windows virus.
What's in this directory again?
It's a piece of
Imagination.
software called Imagination.
Oh, isn't that from the CD burning software that was discontinued in
It's
the
something
late
like
aughts?
that. It hasn't been updated in years. He downloaded it from SourceForge. Probably didn't get it from SourceForge. Probably got it from some like super sketchy website. And oh, look at that! It's got malwares in it.
All the malwares.
Oh man, malwares.
This
You
Linux
gotta be
is
aware of the
obviously
malwares.
infected.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm going to give you the first easy way to spot a bullshit, filthy, dual booting heathen when they use the term malware.
So true.
Yeah, if you listen to a self-proclaimed Linux user and he uses the term malware, they're full of shit. Don't listen to him. Shall we continue, Empty?
Let's.
Oh boy.
And
All right.
okay, so these two are listed as Trojans, and this one is listed as malware far.
Oh, Trojans.
I don't know what that means. But 7 files were scanned, 3 viruses were discovered, 2 out of 7 files were infected.
Infected.
Interesting.
So scary. So scary. Oh my god.
Linux got viruses.
So you should delete your root partition and reinstall. It's the only way to be sure.
Well, we do the same command again, and we just put a dash remove behind it, and that'll automatically prompt us to remove anything that it finds.
Or you
Oh
could
wow,
just-
you can also use the RM command.
that's what I was about to say. Just delete the directory and download it from a reputable source.
No, man. Listen, all right, both of you, you've never worked with Linux before.
I don't understand this command line thing. That
Well,
you're
so
using.
so
Someone-
I use butterflies to do my computing, so
Okay.
I don't use operating systems.
I just want to make sure we're all on the same level.
Okay. He's picking his nose. That's entertaining.
Yes, remove. Removal successful. Yes, remove. Removal successful. Okay, so let's go ahead and just double check, make sure that we're clean.
Right. Oh, look at this. Is it going to find anything? Is it going to find anything?
Okay.
Oh.
We are now clean. So
We've removed the
Antivirus
viruses.
works.
We've defeated the malware. We're heroes.
no viruses were discovered. So let's try to open up our program now. Up. We fixed it. We
Imagination 3. All right. That has not been updated since when fucking old ever.
Yeah.
Who the fuck runs that?
mildly.
What moron runs something? Why not run like
This guy.
might
this
as
guy.
well just run like Xcombust or
Yeah. There's so much CD burning software for Linux. It's not even funny. Why is he sticking with this thing? That's
Windows
you know,
user is like, well, this is all I know, and I must.
Well,
download
listen. There's malware for Linux. It's
Well, there's
true
probably
statement.
malware for
it
Linux.
is a true thing.
Here's
I can't
the
deny
brilliant
that.
thing.
but-
There's absolutely definitely a market for people that really want to be on Linux, but they don't know better. And they're like, well, imagination, they make the CD burning software. So somebody will like, here's a repo, and this is a free version. Yeah, you can just kind of
Right, I'm
yoink
going to
it.
torrent that.
Yeah. and you get what you fucking pay for. But then again, you also think that you need to download fucking antivirus software. You fucking twat. Let's go.
The malware Sophos found, and now all of a sudden their software's working. What do you know?
You're a
What do
genius.
you know?
He's
I
brilliant.
didn't think we had to worry about malware on Linux. That's one.
You typically don't if you don't be an idiot.
The next thing that I want to talk about is disk fragmentation.
I just like the fact that all three of us are
Disk
larger than this guy.
fragmentation. Here we go.
Linux.
Okay.
Well, that's interesting because the Linux file system with E2FS progs has 3 different disk defragmenters built into it. If you never have to defragment Linux, then why the hell does it have 3 disk defragmenters built into it?
Disk defragmenters.
That's the first question you should ask. So
I'm just going to stop right here. That should be our boy band name. The Disk Fragmenters.
The 3 disk defragmenters.
Okay, sorry.
I can demonstrate that. I actually have a web page here.
Of course you do.
Oh, we read it on the internet. Must be true.
What the tools are included. So E2FS progs is something that is included with EXT 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, god damn.
And you can see there are a couple of fragmentation tools here. There's FileFrag. There is E2 FreeFrag, which tells you the fragmentation of your free space.
You know, I'm kind of scared that somebody might tell him that NTFS
ext4 file systems. So if you never have to defragment Linux,
kind of does
why the hell does it have 3 different fragmentation tools built into it?
a better job.
That's a good question, huh?
Yeah, there's always
how
been
it's-
Okay, all right, ladies, we need to check our privilege as Linux users. Why the hell does Linux have fragmentation shit like FS trim also? Why is that built into the file system again? It doesn't make any sense. You should run defrag, right?
Well, at least once a week.
Yeah.
I did a video a couple years ago on how to defragment Linux. I have a solid state drive in this computer, so I'm not going to actually run a defrag, but I will show you how it works. So sudo.
Oh, at least he's smart enough to.
Tac C,
Yeah.
gives a fragmentation count, and then we put the directory that we want to check. We'll just go.
Now, here's something I am going to tell a lot of people that they don't know. Running defrag on Windows on an SSD does not hurt your SSD. Windows 10 is smart enough to realize that you have an SSD.
Well, it doesn't really hurt your SSD either. It does add a couple extra write cycles, but it's not really going to improve performance.
No.
Exactly. I'm just debunking the myth because a lot of people's like, never run I mean, it can speed shit up a little bit because it'd be like, all right, we're going to move a couple
Marginally.
things. But it doesn't. I mean, I was like, never run it. It'll destroy your SSD. I was like, no, it won't.
Pretty tough to destroy
maybe
an
if it's
SSD
really
these days.
full and highly used.
And there we go.
Yeah.
It gave us a fragmentation score. We have a couple of fragmented files.
Do tell, what is your fragmentation score?
Is that like your sleep number?
So here's your fragmented files. Skype. 2 of the
Sophos
files. Our main VAR log file, and it looks like our Google Chrome cache.
Imagine that.
Okay, Google just popped up. So it looks like our Google Chrome cache is also fragmented. So, as you can see, we do have some fragmented files here. Now, our fragmentation score is still 0 here, so we don't have to do anything. There's a little legend at the bottom.
But I'll tell you what, with these 5 easy steps, you can reduce that to -7.
6 and above needs defrag. Now, defragmenting
Seriously?
is something that you'll probably have to deal with a whole lot as a home user.
Oh,
If you
all
have a
right.
hard drive that's almost completely full, you will have file fragmentation. If you only have like 5...
Okay, that is like the one true statement that he makes in this entire video.
Yes. This is how file systems work. On media.
On any operating system. Breaking.
Probably once a month. But for most
Once
home
a
users,
month.
you'll probably never have enough fragmentation to worry about it. So the claim that you never have to defragment Linux is completely false.
Oh no,
The more
never.
accurate statement should be
What do you
that
mean,
most
once in a
home
while?
users Probably won't need to. But to say you never need to is a simple misnomer. true.
He
The next thing I
misnamed
wanna talk
that?
about
What?
is
No.
system reboots.
A misnomer, a misnaming.
This website says that you rarely have to reboot. You could run for years.
Why Linux is better than... What type of fucking
you do.
chubby does this guy have for this little bullshit website? Did he look at that and was like, no, I can't jerk off to this. I
I'm
can't.
gonna take these guys down.
I'm telling you what, man.
I can't -1 them on Google Plus, so I'll make a video.
Knows that in his Linux does what when don't video. It's also not true. There
How
are a
long
lot
is
of
this thing?
libraries and dependencies that sit in your system memory as you're using your system. If any of those things get updated, you won't be using the new versions until they get cleared from memory, which in most cases requires a system restart. Just because Linux doesn't ask you to reboot doesn't mean you
But
don't
it does. I don't even understand that.
You don't get it, man. I mean,
It's like, sure, you update like libc. Yeah, you're gonna have to reboot if you want to get the new version of libc.
What?
There's
You want
no way
the
around
kernel update? Unless you're using case splice, gotta reboot.
wait. Are you saying Linux users know this?
This guy obviously doesn't.
No,
Just
most
watch
of
the
them-
example that he uses. It's amazing.
Like if you get a simple program update like Firefox or GIMP.
Oh yeah, Firefox. I gotta restart my computer after I reinstall GIMP.
Yeah.
But if any of your libraries, dependencies,
Well, if you reinstall your AMD drivers.
you do. Obviously, if you get a kernel update, but I'm talking about other smaller stuff. Just because you don't get prompted to reboot doesn't mean you don't have to reboot. And I can demonstrate how things stay in memory and continue to run by using Firefox. I can't really do it with system components because I'll just break my system if I tried to do that. I'm going to use
Right.
Firefox.
Anything he does with his system is
That's
just gonna
fine.
crumble.
Wrong program. Okay.
Whoops, that was my porn stash.
Right.
Here's Firefox. It's running. It
Okay.
works. Test. Okay, so
Yahoo.
I'm going to leave Firefox open and completely uninstall it. And I'll show you what I'm trying to get across here. So
I understand how computer work.
Son, you're about to get something across, but it's not going to be what you want.
all lowercase.
No, is it?
Firefox. Now that will remove Firefox and all of its dependencies.
Empty as in as you want to be, man. Now I understand why you disabled all of the comments.
I really need to get a better password. Okay, so do you want to remove these packages? Firefox. Yes, let's remove Firefox. Okay, Firefox has
Oh,
Remove that
packets.
dirty Firefox.
You got to remove the packets.
But if it's been removed from the system, why is it still here?
How is it still running?
It's amazing.
Is there? There must be some sort of like the computer remembers how it was running, right?
There must be some
Perhaps
type of
like a hard drive,
accessible
but that
memory.
refreshes itself.
in-
multiple times per second.
So, even though Firefox is uninstalled from our system files, it is still running in our system memory. And it will
Empty,
not
please
be
tell me this is a
system
brilliant troll.
until the process stops.
I was hoping that, but
So
I
once we
don't
close
think it is.
Firefox, now it's uninstalled.
I love how he makes that out like it's a bug and not a
Try
feature.
to launch it
I-
in the terminal,
And just not.
it tells me
Hey.
that Firefox is not found.
Yeah.
And the same thing happens with system components. If you have libraries,
Chat room, join in. This will be a Patreon special, and we'll release it.
see, I've got quite a bit of them. I am occupying 1.67 gigs of RAM, sitting here making this video.
Oh.
There
Yeah,
are
look at all that
Ooh.
RAM. Oh, ram it till it megahertz. Yeah.
If any of those things in that system memory log gets updated, the system is not going to use those new versions until the old versions get cleared from memory. The only way to do that, in many cases, is to reboot the system. Just because the system doesn't prompt you to reboot doesn't mean you don't need to reboot.
I did not know that.
There it is.
Oh,
So,
damn. Damn, Daniel.
Sure showed us. Sure showed us.
before we move on,
Thrilling. Watch as a man installs Firefox.
Types in his password wrong 4 times in a row.
Does he? Oh wow.
password. Well, it's a good password. It just sucks to type.
No, you're an idiot. That's really what it comes down to.
Okay, so Firefox is reinstalled. At least it should be.
Jill, he
Like
is
if
the
he just
commander.
minimized the terminal, it would remember his pseudo credentials and he wouldn't have to type his password every time. But he closes it every single time.
Yeah.
Gotta save that RAM.
One of the claims that
Well, he's using
Hang on,
1.76 gigabytes, right?
Hey, we got to
and
listen.
also in Spatry's Linux Does What When Don't video is that since there's no activation in Linux, and because the drivers are built into the kernel, you can take your hard drive out of one computer, stick it in another, and it'll boot.
Yes.
That is
You can.
completely false.
It's completely false, Jordan.
You're wrong, Jordan. You don't know what you're talking about.
Most
No, it's not like I've done this several times.
Identifier, which, if the numbers don't match, it will refuse.
Actually, in this very computer.
No. If the numbers don't match, it refuses to boot. If the glove doesn't fit, you must quit.
Must quit. It's true. I mean, Johnny Cochran said it.
It's Windows 10, man. I mean,
Look at the
Linux-
bucket. Look at the bucket. Look at this bucket.
Will boot, but you're talking maybe 10% of all the available Linux distros these days. You know, if you're talking 5 years ago, yeah, that statement probably would have been true. But today, most modern Linux distributions use a unique unified identifier for the FS tab.
Unique
if
unified
I take the hard drive out of
identifier.
this computer and put it in another computer, it's not going to boot, even though this page says it will, and videos like Spatry's and many others also say it will.
Oh, and also this thing called
Because
reality.
these distributions use a
Wait, all right. Empty. Everything he said was just true, man. I mean, why was he wrong? How could he possibly have been wrong?
Well, I don't think he understands how UUIDs and file systems work.
Oh,
and I'm
no.
completely
He was
baffled
on
by
about
what he's saying here.
UEFI.
Well, yeah, but he's just talking about Grub. Grub booting UUID instead of. I don't. I've done this thing that he's about to do and it works, and I don't understand what magic he does to make it not work.
He uses Arch, man.
That magic
That's
is stupidity.
probably a big part of the problem right there.
tab, and it has to match that identifier code with your system in order to boot.
Identifier
If your
code.
system using a /dev configuration, this doesn't apply, but very few distributions are still using a /dev config. Puppy Linux is still using it, but in Puppy Linux's case, there's a legitimate reason for that. But most modern distributions do not use it. /dev configuration takes longer to boot because it has
Is this the spokesperson for Linux_gaming?
When you have a unique unified,
You would fit right in there.
It'll just boot directly to that identifier, and it won't even try to check the.
Can you pause that for a second there? Did you hear what he just said? He just said that it has to scan all the dev devices versus if you give it a whatever he calls UUIDs, it just boots directly to it. Like, isn't the UUID like in part of the file system headers, and then it scans all your file systems and
It
decides
does a
which
number
one to
of probes to identify which disks are there, and then figures out in the FS tab, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here.
Right. Okay, good. I wasn't drinking the crazy sauce when I watched this then. All right. We may continue.
Oh, no, you're just drunk on power, man, with your Linux knowledge.
My knowledge and my thinking.
And your
Man,
facts.
kernels don't work that way, man. They're magic. You gotta press your kernel button and
Hey, man, Windows Lives Matters.
No lives matter.
Simply reboot. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to a handheld camera. I'm going to pull the hard drive out of this computer, stick it in the one over there.
And I'm going to go get a beer, so I hope nothing fancy happens in the next 2 minutes.
Be right back.
Now, is it going to be like that one guy's videos where he like tries to he builds an electric guitar and then like he electrocutes himself?
That would be hilarious. That would actually make this video about 1,000 times better. If he destroyed his computer or electrocuted himself or something.
Oh no!
Plugged into the TV. Now this is a dual-core Pentium integrated Intel graphics chipset. And so was that. So this desktop,
which has nothing to do with what he's about to do, but thanks for the info, bro.
The two other than one's, a laptop with mobile chips, and this one's a desktop. But very similar hardware configuration. So I'm just going to plug this drive straight in.
All right.
I'll have to tell the BIOS that the drive has changed, and we'll boot it up, and I'll demonstrate the error that we get with the
No signal, is it on?
Universal Unified Identifier. So let's go ahead and hook this in.
Isn't it universally unique identifier? Isn't that what a UUID?
yeah.
I just call them UUIDs. I don't actually know what it really stands for, but
Up down here.
oh look, he can operate SATA.
Let's boot it up, and I'll
Obviously,
demonstrate
a Linux
for you.
expert.
BIOS first to change your drive.
He's a titan of intellect.
So let's-
Juggernaut, you mean?
Yeah, it already prompts us for that. So the following
Icon smash F1.
Press F1 to save changes.
Is this really going to boil down to, I already see the N64 cards, he doesn't know how to edit a grub config?
Okay, now it's going to try to boot that drive.
But even then, if he shouldn't have to edit a grub config for this to work.
Worst case scenario
Yeah, he
is
just
what I'm
needs to
saying.
point. Oh, hey, Arch Linux.
So he gets his grub,
And there we go.
but somehow the UUIDs don't match, which I don't know how he did that. He must have some
Because,
extreme
yep, there
file
you
system
go.
copying skills or something. I don't know.
Find root device UUID C9AB8683.
Oh, read it
So
out
what
to
you
us.
do
Yeah.
is-
Yes, read it out.
Try exit. Try
What you do is, in the RAM disk, you find out where your disks are, you mount them, you change the FS tab, then you continue on with the boot process.
Right. Maybe hit a little update grub in there, however Arch does it. And then you're good.
You
But
But I don't know that.
he's not up to that level.
Yeah.
But he's installed like 9 Linuxes, guys.
Battery and many others say you can. I just demonstrated for you that you can't. Most
Yeah, no.
Right.
You
He
demonstrated
did
something.
something for that drive. He had to have.
Yeah. That's he absolutely did.
security feature. So
It's not a security feature. You're an idiot.
hardware. So it's done for security reasons, and it's also
No, it's not. Nothing to do with security.
preemptively, so it'll boot faster. So there's a couple of things done.
This is one of those points where I would have rage quit earlier.
Pro tip, we're recording
How long does
and
this go? I'm
streaming.
curious.
I got
I think-
popcorn, son. I don't give a fuck.
I just feel like he should be able to hear me. I want to reach.
Oh,
into
he'll
the
hear
internet
you
and
because
strangle
we're going to relabel this with the exact same title. In parentheses, it'll just say reaction.
And I'm just
Fair
going
enough.
to set the record straight.
setting the record
Tell you
straight.
what, man, get her done.
Let's button this back up.
I kind of want to headbutt him.
That's fucked up. That's how you mate.
Threw the drive back in this computer, boot right up. So
Oh, security feature indeed.
we went over distance
Yeah.
documentation. We went over system reboots after updates, and we went over, platform to platform switching of drives and driver compatibility, that sort of thing. And
Driver compatibility. That was definitely a driver compatibility issue.
that I demonstrated in this video that the claims made by the Linux community in this case.
The Linux community.
Now,
All,
We're spreading
all
lies,
claims by
man.
the Linux community are
Lies.
false. All of them.
We're sneaky like that.
You're not a big fan. You're fucking running Arch. That's the baby Linux.
So I am a big fan of Linux, and that is exactly why I think it's important to point this stuff out. Because when the community
Now go screech back over to your Windows box.
to new users trying to learn about the platform, it does them a disservice. If somebody's coming to this platform and they're under the impression, oh, I don't ever have to worry about malware, I don't ever have to worry about...
Well, gentlemen, I think we've debunked malware, yes?
Unless I get a major system upgrade. Yeah, those statements are simply not true. And when you get a new user convinced that they are, and they come over to the platform and then learn that they aren't,
See, the thing, I could say, like, the earth is not round.
It is fucking
like,
Windows
that's technically not
9,000%
true, but it's
Windows
still
user mentality trying to explain Linux.
I feel
It's
that
miserable.
important to
Discreting, Ubuntu has LTS versions, and that's something I would actually run in production on like Arch.
One of
So
the biggest flaws is the misinformation coming out.
I don't like it.
Like I said, I could debunk half of the information on that page, but if I did that, we'd be here for a really long time.
But it's going to be fun because our video, unlike yours, where you disabled comments and likes, our video, our reaction video, I never thought in my entire fuck mothering life that I would ever do a reaction video, but here we fuck mothering are! Ladies and gentlemen, Vince
I honestly can't wait to
Jordan
read the
Quang,
comments.
and all the way in Canada.
I'm not gonna take it anymore.
Linux, financial administrators, retail, DBA, real estate, and I used to always work on Big Iron. I'm old, so fuck off, leave me alone. I'll poke you with a stick.
I'm sure
Oh, wait, he's talking about the controversy.
Community towards me on this one,
You gotta teach the controversy, man.
I think it needed to be said. Anyways,
And that's why I disabled comments.
And SE Linux.
Okay, can I get a good
Eye to fire.
sound clip of both of you rubbing your hands?